Peace, power, and prosperity, chat. Welcome. We got another exclusive live stream lined up for us. We got a few exclusive live streams today. We're going to be speaking on a few things. Mainly the things that concern our spirit set. Yes, we speak a lot on the mindset. But today we're going to go into our spirit set. Okay? Just as a reminder, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you tuned in to all my upcoming live streams, as well as new content. Yes, new content. We're going to keep the content coming. We're going to keep filling you. We're going to keep feeding you mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and physically. Peace, power, and prosperity. I'm Yahlil Lakwame, and welcome to Let's Get Rich. Today we're going to be speaking on the age of information, giving us a new insight or perspective, rather, on this age of information and how we are all affected. Okay? Nevertheless, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm sure we've all heard of the phrase, the age of information, okay? Because quite frankly, we've been in the age of information for some time now. Possibly a good half of the 21st century, if not most of it. New information is coming out on a daily basis, okay? On a weekly and on a monthly. New information that sheds new light on the planet, okay? On our solar system, especially on us as humans. Well, yeah, we're learning new information about us every day, on how the solar bodies are affecting us, on how the world around us is affecting the world inside of us. We are learning a lot, okay, that is leading us to new spiritual revelations. Okay, so I think the age of information is a good title, okay, or phrase to put on the times that we are in, a time that is needed. Yes, we need this age. We need, okay, a time where information has become important again. Okay, especially as we enter into a time where energy, again, has become a commodity. Raw, natural human energy has become a commodity, contrary to what's being promoted to you, okay, as far as the AIs, as far as artificial intelligence and the machinery that is created from this artificial intelligence. Contrary to all of that, human energy is still viable. I want that to be known, okay? Why? Because, why? Because no matter what you do, no matter how many machines you create, it's going to be hard to replicate a human. It's going to be hard to recreate something that the cosmos did so specifically, okay? It's going to be hard to replicate something natural. Yeah, you ever tried to record something that just happened? Maybe you try to replay it. Okay, it's hard to catch a natural moment on the camera. Okay, this is why they're promoting you to just record everything. Record everything. Okay, as we enter this age of information. within this age of information, you're also seeing a consistent building of data centers, because somebody need to be saving all this data that is coming from the content, going up in the cloud, okay, going to these data centers to be recorded forever. Yeah, because they understand not only are we going to record this energy, but we're going to try to replicate this energy and feed it back to the source. You. Imagine being fed back your same energy, okay? Which is raw, organic, authentic, human interactions, okay? So yes, we're also seeing a rise in these data centers. So what does that mean? They're recording your information. This is the age of information. And a lot of things we should take into consideration. Like one thing is, the world is bigger than what you think it is. Oh yeah. The world is bigger than what you think it is. I'm sure some of us may have already come to this conclusion, but the map isn't just the map. There are more continents on the map than has been revealed to you. There are more land masses on the map that has been revealed to you. You can find these in your old movies, such as one of my favorites is King Kong. On King Kong, remember they went to Skull Island? Just imagine there are a few Skull Islands, and then imagine that Skull Island is big as a continent. Is that shown on the map? It wasn't shown on the map in King Kong, so what makes you think that there aren't more Skull Islands in this reality? Okay? There are a lot of different islands full of indigenous peoples, okay, that have or have not seen, okay, some of these governing parties. Okay? So I want us to understand the world is bigger than what's been presented to you. Okay? This is on every level as well. On every level. Not only just on the physical level, okay, but we must also take in consideration that the world is more than you give it credit to on even a mental level. You see, I like to teach people that there's your world and there's the world. Those of us that have trouble with our calendar, those of us that had trouble with our schedule and scheduling, you must understand that there is your world and there's the world. Big difference. Okay? Your world consists of the things that are necessary for you, your growth and your development, your happiness, your satiation and satisfaction. That all consists within your world. Okay? Then there's the world. The world exists. The world exists within the realms of other people, places, and things. The world, okay, is going to consist of what must I do to be fully comfortable, okay, in the world around me. The world is the world around you. Your world is the world inside of you. Okay, and sometimes the world we take with you. You must understand that the world ain't as big as you think it is, as well as the world is bigger than you think it is. Your world isn't as big as you think it is, and the world is bigger than you think it is. Okay? Some people like to demonize the world. I'll give an example. Some people, right, who may have trouble within relationships or may have been having bad luck within relationships, they may come to the conclusion that they say men behave a certain type of way or women behave a certain type of way. That is women in your world. That is men in your world. In the world you've introduced yourself to. Okay? But again, the world is bigger than you've exposed yourself to. The world is bigger than you think. The world is bigger than you think. Okay? Certain individuals may not like, okay, the way their neighborhoods and cities and countries even have been ran. But I want you to understand that it's still only your world. There is still the world. Okay? With a few different options. A few different options. Some of them you may like, some of them you may not. But to have, to come to a definite feeling as it pertains to the world isn't a wise thing to do, because we all know we haven't seen all of the world, have we? No, we have not seen all of the world. At most, we've seen our world and what we've exposed ourselves to. So let's clear the air, okay, within ourselves when we start to think about the world. Okay? When we start to think about the world, you imagine that I only know the world that I was introduced to, that I've exposed myself to. I have not seen the world. Okay? I have not seen the world. I've only seen my world. Okay? And for those of us that have scheduling problems, a lot of times scheduling problems happen because you try to schedule things that need to happen in your world, you try to schedule them within the world. Okay? It's going to be hard to cater to yourself, to give yourself the spa-like treatment if the world is going on, if you have work going on, if you have offspring going on, okay? If you have obligations to everyday life going on, it's going to be hard to fulfill your own obligations for your own world. This matters, okay? This is why, as I teach mindset training and meditations, I first teach individuals that we need to separate this world and the world. We need to separate your world and the world. We're going to have to. Because a lot of your problems stem from not having enough space to do the things that you need to do for your own self. Okay? For your own self. So I want us to take advantage. Take advantage of the wisdom you just received. Go in your day. Okay? Look at how many things that are happening in the world that should be happening in your world. And vice versa. Look at how many things that are happening in your world that should be happening in the world. Am I working at times that I need to be catering to myself? Yeah, we need to push that work off into the world. Am I doing things, okay, that benefit others outside of myself when I should be having time to myself? We need to not try to squeeze ourselves within a work-life balance. There is no work-life balance. There is only my world and the world. My world and the world, and that's life. That's your day and your night. There's my world and your world. Trying to squeeze it all in, okay, you'll find yourself working at times you should be relaxing. You'll find yourself without any limitations. Okay, you're going to need boundaries and limitations. That is the boundary. That belongs in the world. I'm going to cater to my world. And when my world is finished, then I'll come back into the world. Your mind needs to know where it needs to be, or else you'll be confused. Okay? So as we enter this age of information, let's be clear that your world is smaller than you think. And the world is larger than you think. Let's be clear on that. Okay? Or else you'll do something that a lot of people are also doing within this new age. Is becoming the liar. Yeah, the liar. The liar is his own character. The liar is his own character. You ever hear the saying of the devil is a liar? The liar is his own character. And for the most part, you've been taught to accept lies from yourself. A lot of people lie to their self. Yes, we may blame outside influences. We may blame the introduction of these lies or these stories on the outside, but it was up to you to accept these lies. One of the lies that I spoke on in the previous live stream was the minority and the majority. A lot of people have accepted the lie of being the minority. A lot of people have accepted being the lie of being the minority, okay? The lie of being the minority on their own land. So I'm going to say it again. A lot of people have accepted being the minority on their own land. That is a lie. And that is a lie that you chose to accept. Okay? Especially if you are a descendant of indigenous peoples of that land. That is a lie that you chose to accept. You become the liar. The person that accepted the lie, you become the liar. Because when you accept the lie, I have to reiterate these lies back to whom? Myself. I am reiterating these lies back to myself. I am telling myself that I am the minority. How can I be the minority? Okay? This especially goes for those carbon colored people, okay, in the Americas. This especially goes for those most of those Spanish speaking peoples of the Americas, okay, and of the islands. Okay, this especially goes for those French speaking people of the Americas and of the islands. Okay, those individuals who have convinced themselves that they are the minority. Okay, this is a lie you've accepted, and then this is a lie you've told yourself habitually. Okay, we're not saying everyone accepts this. We're saying that there are individuals who have accepted the lie of being the minority. Okay, the majority have accepted the lie of being the minority. Okay, so as we enter this age of information, we have to bring up to the surface, okay, information we may have overlooked. Okay, a lot of us like playing a blame game and putting the responsibility of changing the outcome, okay, on those on the outside of you. The responsibility to changing the outcome is on those that is on the inside. Okay? You are responsible for changing the outcome, not something on the outside. Okay? Not something on the outside. It is you that is responsible. Okay? When the majority behaves like the minority, who is responsible? Who is responsible once now the majority is being treated like the minority? Okay? Now when the majority behaves like the majority, who is responsible? Who've led them to behave like the majority? It isn't going to be an outside force that's going to tell the majority to behave like the majority. No, it is going to be an inside force. Something that exists inside you, something that would have taken you to accept the truth and realize the lie. When you accept the truth, you realize the lie. This happens simultaneously. When you accept the truth, you realize the lie. These are going to be some things that we need to do in this age of information. We're going to have to accept the truth and realize the lie. Accept the truth about your governing parties. Realize the lies about your governing parties. Realize the lies you've been sold. A lot of you have been sold lies. A lot of us have been sold lies. Okay? A lot of us began to accept them lies because it was hard for us to accept the truth. Just imagine the mindset of a person that would have accepted the lie. Okay? This is only an individual who have found it difficult to accept the truth. And most of the time, the truth is simple. Most of the time, the truth is, I don't know. The truth is, I don't know. Like, you've accepted relationship norms. You've accepted relationship norms. You've accepted a certain truth about men or women. You've accepted this truth, which is a lie, but you've accepted it as truth because you didn't know. You didn't know. And in this not knowing, you are afraid to experience and test out what you do know or test the fact that you don't know. Okay? There are a lot of different algorithms and programs written the same way, such as racism. Racism is another. I will accept the lie as the truth about another race because I don't know. Okay? You know how many people fall victim to the mental dis-ease of racism, which is indeed a mental dis-ease? Okay? You know how many people fall victim to accepting the mental dis-ease of racism because they are afraid to approach the truth, and the truth is, I don't know. I may not know too much about this other party. I may not know too much about this other race, so I'm just going to tell myself all the things that I've been told to tell myself, that I dislike a particular race, that I dislike a particular people, and I dislike them for these reasons. reasons I haven't even tested within my own experience of life. There are a lot of people falling victim to the lie because they are afraid to approach the truth. Okay? They say money is the root of all evil. Or better yet, the love of money is the root to all evil. I'm going to say they say, but we know where that phrase comes from. That comes from the Bible. The Christians have said this. The love of money is the root of all evil, which may or may not be true, depending on how you swing it. Okay? But I would like to add, the love of money is the root of all evil for this reason. It's the root of all evil because when I chase money, okay, I also scare away purpose. When I chase money, I also scare away purpose. When I chase money, whatever I'm chasing it for isn't purposeful. Okay? And it works the other way around. When I chase purpose, money follows. When I chase purpose, money follows. It isn't always immediate, okay? But when I make purpose, okay? When I make purpose my goal and what is on the forefront and the thing that I chase, money eventually catch up. Okay? So, money and the love of it is the root of evil because it has to be evil, not living in your purpose. Who are you not walking in your purpose? Who are you that is just chasing money? Who are you and what have you become? On this big, beautiful ball that we call an earth, what have you become? Okay? What have you become if you're only in a thing that is chasing money, an inanimate object, something that doesn't exist, it comes and goes, it burns. What have you become? Have you become also an inanimate object? Have you become a monster? Okay? There's a different individual that arises once you stop chasing purpose or once you realize you've never chased a purpose. Who are you? If I ask a purposeful person who they are, they'll have an answer. If I ask a person that chases money who they are, they may be confused on the question. Who are you? Some of them may say their name. Who are you? Some of them may say their occupation. Who are you? But when you ask a purposeful person, who are they? They will have a definite answer for you. An answer they already had prepared. Is sitting in the barrel waiting for someone to ask. Purpose is always waiting. Okay? So, I'm going to remind us, okay, that lastly, you are responsible for the way you feel. Yeah. That's what a lot of information in this age of information should have been letting you to realizing you are responsible for the way you feel. I know you may think that it's something on the outside that caused you to feel a certain type of way, but no, there is something on the outside that caused you to admit that there was something already on the inside that you've been running from. Okay? You are responsible for the way you feel. Okay, I'll give an example. Two guys been in the bar all night. They've been having a great time. Okay? One of them have had a little bit too much to drink. Yeah. They may have become quick to violence, if you will. Leaving this bar, the other guy bumps the guy that is overly intoxicated. They get into an argument. I want us to understand that at the time of that argument, it is not the person, okay, the other person that caused the other individual to feel like they needed to defend themselves. No, this person already had something inside them that they was trying to defend. This person already had something inside them. Already something inside them. What if this person stepped on the person's shoes and scuffed the shoes? No. It is not the shoes being scuffed that's upsetted the person, but it's the fact that this person bought those shoes because they were buying confidence. And the fact of the matter is, this person already felt a lack of confidence. And by stepping on this person's shoes, you reminded this person how unconfident they were. So this person has a confidence problem. It isn't the problem of the individual. You are responsible for the way you feel. I know you may want to blame things on the outside. I know you may want to blame your governing parties. I know you may want to blame exes and people that you've had relationship with. I know you may even want to blame your landlord or the people that you've been paying state taxes to. I know you may even want to blame your car, okay, and inanimate objects. But I want you to understand, nothing or no person is responsible for the way you feel. It is always you. A thing can only reveal to you why you feel a certain type of way, or even that you feel a certain type of way, but that's okay. Because that's only work. That's only homework that we need to do for ourselves. Okay? Nevertheless, I want to thank you for joining me. Okay? In this conversation on the age of information. Okay? I want to reiterate a few topics that we went over. Okay? The fact that we are dealing with a new world, okay? We have entered a new age, this age of information, where we realize that our world is smaller than we think, and the world is larger than we think, and there's a difference. Yes, there's a difference between your world and the world, okay? And also the liar. Who is the real liar, okay? Most often, it is us who've accepted the lies as truth and began to reiterate lies about ourselves, such as accepting being the minority versus being the majority, okay? And then money, the love of money being the root of all evil, because when we chase money, we chase away purpose. When we chase money, we chase away purpose. And lastly, you are responsible for the way you feel. Hopefully this is all clear. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, ask them in the comments. If you have any topics you'd like me to go over, feel free to mention them in the comments, okay? I am only answering questions that our frequency have already asked me and already fed me. So if you can reach me via DM, if you can reach me via email, okay? Yahlil Lakwame at Gmail. And on all my social platforms, you can reach me via DM. Feel free to shoot your questions over. Okay? And if you have any suggestions, okay, about our live streams, anything that you would like to be changed, understand that I am an open suggestion box. Why? Because I'm here to service my community. Okay? Nevertheless, you can always reach us on these live streams. You can reach us on Fridays, 6 p.m., okay? Sundays at 3 p.m., okay? And always look out for upcoming live streams. They're always posted. We got another one coming up, so we'll be back after these brief messages. Thank you.